edit this video. I have like some footage and some not footage. I don't know. Hey y'all, and welcome back to week 5 of our makeup series. I am so excited to be here, as I always am. Now, don't y'all leave me, okay? Don't leave me just yet. Now, contouring and highlighting is definitely the magic behind creating that natural shape and dimension to your makeup. If you ever felt like your foundation just fell flat, kind of like mine is right now, and you don't have like any dimension to your face, then in this tutorial, I'm gonna break it down for you step by step in pretty much 5 steps and show you exactly what to do to get your makeup to look bomb.com. So y'all stick around with me. Let's level up. All right, let's do it. Okay, so let's break it down. I'm gonna start with the basics, just give you some general terminology when it comes to contouring and when it comes to highlight. Contour is going to create your depth. It's going to create shadows for you, okay? And when you think about your highlighter, I'm gonna show you my Fenty Beauty highlighter, or concealer as we call it in the beauty world. This is going to create that pop for you. This is going to bring things out. So think of contour shadows and think of your highlight pop. Let me know if that makes sense to you in the comments, because I don't want to go too far in the weeds, because then I don't want to lose you, because then it becomes cumbersome. Depth, shadows, pop, highlight. That's it. Stay with me. Don't let me lose you. So I want you to think of it like this when you're getting ready to place your contour and your highlight on your face. I want you to look in the mirror, and I want you to see the areas of your own face that look like they need to naturally be contoured because you need some depth to them, and they naturally need to be highlighted because everybody's face shape is different, right? So for me, I would naturally contour here. I would create me some depth here along my baby bangs. If you have a forehead that is probably a little bit more protruding than mine, you want to create a little bit more of a shadow so it's not as pronounced. You want to create a little bit more depth up here, less highlight here, because if you put more highlight here, then your forehead will become more protrusive. So when you're looking to create your highlight and your contour, is all about balance. So you want to look at yourself and make sure that where you're putting everything balances out, okay? Because when you get ready to blend it, it's going to make a difference. So where you place it makes the difference first, then you get ready to blend it. So I hope I didn't lose you right there. If I did, please let me know, because I'll be more than happy to explain it, because that's what this is for, to make sure you get it. I don't care how slow I gotta go, but I just want to make sure that we understand, no matter who is looking at the video. Everybody needs to make sure they get it. All right, moving on, child, moving on. Okay, so now that we've talked about the difference between contour and highlight, let's talk about contouring products, and then we'll talk about highlighting products. So first, choosing the right contour products. There are 2 different types. There is a cream contour and there is a powder contour. So the matchstick that I showed you earlier, this is a cream contour. And I'm only showing you contours in this video, not bronzers. This is your cream contour. This is how it looks. Cream contours provide you a more natural finish. It's blendable with your fingers. It is easier for beginners, if you ask me, in my opinion, because it is definitely it's easy to blend. This is good for people with more mature skin, because we need more moisture, more hydration. I'm going to always say that. It is good for people with dry skin because you need that moisture. But the powder contour, this is what that looks like. Powder contours are good for individuals with oily skin. These have to be applied with a brush. They don't do that well with your actual hands. In my opinion, the powder contour, you definitely need to be more precise. It is buildable, but you definitely have to be more precise with where you put it, because it can go left really quick. So be careful when you're applying powder contour, but it's definitely good for individuals with oily skin, or, you know, if it's summertime and you sweat, baby, get you some powder contour. So that's why it's always good to have both options depending on what time of the year it is. Let's talk about your highlighters. Highlighters are going to be either hydrating highlighters or they're going to be matte highlighters. Your matte highlighters, of course, to me, are going to be for individuals with oily skin. Your hydrating highlighters are going to be for individuals with dry skin. That is textbook. Leandra's opinion is everyone needs to use a hydrating highlighter. This is why this is my opinion. If you are someone with oily skin, you're already going to do your skin prep because we talked about it. So you're going to use the appropriate products for your skin to control that oil. So therefore, by the time you make it to your actual concealer or your highlighter, you need to be using something that's hydrating, because that area under your eyes, it is very sensitive. You're already getting older, you're losing collagen, it's drying out as we age. So therefore, why are you using anything that's going to dry your eyes? And then next step after this, we're getting ready to seal this down with powder. You're going to put powder on top of something that is already going to be matte and dry. It is just going to look cakey. It is going to look dry. So I would not suggest using a concealer that is matte under your eyes. The best place to use a matte concealer is going to be right here. If you're not going to use a primer for your eyeshadows, use it on your eyes. I'd rather you use it there than to use it here. That's Leandra's opinion. I'm off my soapbox. Use what you like, but I'm just telling you the reason why. Okay? That is how you choose your contour, and that is how you choose your highlighter. I've made the mistake myself, so I can speak from experience of putting a matte concealer under my eyes and not paying attention to what I was picking up when I did purchase my concealer. So I'm just telling you from experience, don't do it. Okay. All right. I'm off my soapbox yet again. Okay. So that's enough talking. Now let's apply our product. I do start off putting on my highlight first because I do like it to dry down some. And then I'll go into my contour, because the purpose of highlighting or concealing is to allow the product to conceal. So the longer you let it dry down, the more coverage you get. Make sure you let it dry down some. All right, let's get it. The areas that I like to conceal are definitely here. Okay, here. Ooh, I don't want too much down my nose. And then when I go in under my eyes, I like for the product to be wet. Let me just say it like that. I like for not like a whole clump, but not dry like these areas, if that makes sense. So just watch, right? Here, here. And I'll add like a little more right on top of it. Here. Here. And then I'll do a small connection. But I won't go all the way up under my eye. Like that, okay. And let me explain. So the reason I leave it a little wet up under my eyes is because, one, when I blend it out, some of it will get onto the brush, right? And when I set it down with the powder, I want the powder to adhere to something. If you leave it a little bit wet and you apply the powder to it, then it has like some adhesion to it, if that makes sense. So if it's dry and it's all gone, then it's really nothing for the powder to adhere to or settle onto. So then that's when it looks like really super cakey. I don't know if my explanation is good. Y'all let me know, but just remember, leave it a little bit wet, leave a little bit of extra product there. And not a lot. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me try to bring you in as close as possible. But just see that my eyes are wet, a little bit more wetter than what my forehead is or my nose or right here. Just a tad bit. There's some product there. So when I get ready to blend it out and I'm blending it in those spots that I did miss, it won't be dry. And then when I look up and I get, child, I'm probably over explaining like a mug. Anywho, so then we're going to take our contour stick. And contour sticks are definitely a cooler undertone than your bronzer. So that's why they are different than what a bronzer is. Typically in my videos, you do see me use a bronzer. This video is about contour and highlight. So I'm showing you a contour stick. Okay. Placement for your contour. Remember I told you my shadows. So I'm going right here on my cheekbone. I'm going to touch that thing right there. Because I'm going to blend it up into, when we get ready to blend it, there's a balance. This will blend downward. This will blend upward. So right there, not down here in that little hollow, not there, right there, right on top. Yeah, probably like this woman here. Right there. Yeah. Yeah. How she do it? Won't she do it? You can already see the shadow. You can already. Okay, Leon, you're doing too much. Find your cheek. Oh. And then you can do this part here if you want to create yourself a snatched chiseled cheekbone. I typically do not do this. Just let the fat show. See, like you can do this and then it create like a little hollow up under there. I should show y'all one side with it done and one side with it not done. That way you can see the difference of what the shadow creates and what the shadow does not create. Okay. And while the center is drying down to give me more coverage, I will go ahead and blend out my contour. I use a dense brush. This is the e.l.f. brush. I really like this brush. It's dual ended, not duo, dual ended. I use this part, use any brush that has dense bristles, use it on this contour, and I just pat it in like this. That's all. I'm just basically pushing it into my skin in the same spot. Turn the brush if you want the contour to go a different way. That's it. Okay. This is not hard at all. And I don't want you guys to think that it's hard. It's probably more time consuming than it is hard. That's it. So see what I'm doing? Pushing it in. And as I push it in, it will blend away because the brush is going to take some away. And so will this. And then here I do this and I'm going up with it. I don't know if y'all could tell, but I'm going up with it because it's going to go up into my cheekbone. Yeah, that's how she do it. Here, take it up into this. Under they from Georgia, under they. So creates that shadow there. You see the difference? You see my little fat pudge there? Shadow there. No shadow there. So if you want to do this, you can. I wouldn't suggest if you wear white or you get you a very good setting spray. That one size setting spray. I always say Patrick Stock because that's his name, who sells the brand. And then we just do this side. Patting it in. And it's going to go away. Just pat it in. I like for mine to come down a little bit. So into my jaw. Then you can bring it up around the curve of your face. That's fine. And then if you have that head where you want to take it up here, you can. Make sure it's into your hairline though. If you do this, just make sure it's in your hairline. That's it. Get in that hairline. Get in there. Yeah, get in there. Let me stop. I should have a beauty blender to show you how to blend this out with a beauty blender also. But I have my Morphe M449 brush. These brushes are fairly cheap. I don't know if you guys know that, but Morphe brushes, they are sold at Ulta. They are like maybe $8, $9, $10. They are not expensive at all. But you want to use a brush. This one is a dense brush too, or you can go in with your beauty blender. It doesn't matter. Just make sure your beauty blender is damp. Take it, wring it out. Very damp. Okay. Remember, if you don't use a beauty blender with anything, any products, that your makeup is going to be more full coverage than anything. Just remember that. Okay. So starting up there. And if it tends to dry down too fast on you, like if you're not moving fast enough, you just take, there is a primer, like a re-wet primer. You just take that and re-wet it again. Re-wet your, what am I trying to say? Just re-wet the product. Refresh, re-wet. Let me get it and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I couldn't find the one by NYX, but this is a re-wet spray, refresh spray. Okay, and just basically take this, spray it on here. Oh, it smells so good. Woo, y'all. And then you just re-wet the product. And it will blend out. Cause baby, I was doing too much talking. Not gonna lie, I was doing too much talking. That's what it was. And this is the one size spray that I was telling you about. I don't use it very often, so that's why I bought the little mini. All right. And when you set in your under eye, you want to take a mirror and you want to look up. And I start at the bottom first, the outer area, and pray now that I didn't wait too long, and then begin to set. Push the product in, just patting it in place. Ooh, I'm so glad I sprayed this. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Can I call you Rose? Okay. Oh, I be having my head back so far. Sorry, y'all. Like, I'm like, can I see what you're doing, girl? Okay. Then when you do that, I like to blend this harsh line out right here. So I'm using my makeup brush that I put my foundation on with and going over that harsh line right there because we don't want no harsh lines. And it creates that beautiful gradient look. See? Woo. And I'm just patting it. You can do this with the beauty blender. If you had a beauty blender, you just take the tail end, the butt end of the beauty blender, and you just blend it out. That's it. And I like to do this just to make sure. Boom, boom. Everything is there. Then I'll take my setting powder and set right under my eye. And I'm moving kind of fast here because I let it dry down, y'all. Sorry. That's that on there. Next eye. Let me refresh my brush. Let's go over here. It's good that I left some product. See how it's blending out perfectly. And there was still some product on my eye. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. It looks so pretty. I'm trying to look up but keep my head down so y'all can see what I'm doing at the same time. Don't smile when you start getting them lines. This eye right here, I don't know, this is a bad eye. It's not a bad eye. All my eyes are good. Take that harsh line right here. Get rid of it. No harsh lines, no friends. Okay. Yeah, honey, we gonna be so cute. Well, we already so cute, baby. We enhancing all of this. Set that eye. Yeah, don't get too excited. And then what do? You get excited. Do it every time. And then it's always done to that eye. Always do it to that eye. Can I call you Rose? Look at my nose. That there. And then what we do is everywhere that we highlight it, we just go back in and we put our setting powder. I typically take a different brush and I will do this with a bigger brush because I feel like this brush is so tiny and it takes forever. But for the sake of this video and me just trying to show you all, I'm gonna work with it. Oh, and it picks up so much. Oh, there and there. And then you have your set highlight and then your contour is done. What do you think? How are you feeling about the highlight and the contour of your makeup? Did you achieve at least one of the two? Did you get the blend together? What are we still working on? What was confusing, if anything? Let me know in the comments because we can always revisit this. And remember, we will, because we still have to know what the difference is between bronzer and contour. So we will come back. Oh, I hope that wasn't fuzzy on I'm sorry, I hit my microphone. So like I was saying, so yeah, please let me know if something wasn't quite clear or if we need to revisit anything, because we still need to know what the difference is between bronzer and contour. So I want to make sure that we're getting this before we move on, because they're all building blocks in order for us to create, our flawless base, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay. Now, since this is what highlight and contour has been all about, I move on. Okay. So now for my people who may have delved into the powder contour instead of the cream contour, I'm going to show you what it will look like if you decide to put some powder contour on top of your cream contour. Okay, I'm gonna darken this up just a little bit to give a little shadang. This is the RT400 and this is a Real Techniques brush. Okay, this is our Real Techniques brush, and we just take it, we fazzle it around into our little powder contour. I'm about to say cream contour. Our powder contour, right? And you see it's on the tip. Yeah, and then we dust that off there, and then this, you do have to dazzle it on in circles, okay? We go in circles, like the circle of life, okay? Dazzle that bad boy on. Dazzle it on, okay? In these same areas. As you can see how that darkened up? Light. Keep it light, honey, because, honey, you will build this up and you will be climbing off the mountains real quick. See that? Woo, honey. Baby, you jump into the game coach quick with this. We don't play no games when it comes to the powder contour. Just be careful with this. And like I said, you can always build this up, add this on, and do your thug thizzle, okay? I don't have no new product on it. I'm just going over with some of the same product that I had on here already. How are we liking this? What are we thinking? Can we see the difference between what we had on with the powder contour versus the cream contour? Can you tell? Okay, let's move on to the next step. Okay, and then last but not least is we're gonna take a gigantic fluffy brush of some sort, right? I'm gonna drop in my fluffy brush. This is my Pro Bronze HD brush from Sephora. I love this brush. e.l.f. has one. Real Techniques has one. Just a gigantic fluffy brush. You can tell I love this. I use this. I'm going to take my powder from Huda Beauty. Dust it off, right? And remember what I told you from the foundation. Anything that is wet must be what? You got it. Set. So we set everything. So the places in between, right in between where we had the bronzer and the highlight was right here where we had the foundation, right? Then we had on our smile lines right here. That's it. And then right here on our little forehead, dusting it off. Right here. Don't get your brows like I did. Right there on our forehead. I do this just a little, just to dry down my brows, right? My nose, because I never did anything to my nose. Now, if you contoured your nose, then you know, you put some powder onto your nose. But I just hit like the sides because I don't want to do where I put my powder. Notice we didn't bake. We didn't do any of that. We just put it right there. That's it. Here, a little bit there. Typically, I would have already done my lashes. So if you've done your eye work already, then your face should be complete at this point. But I'm going to go off, come back when my eye work is done. Give me 1 second. All right, y'all. So now we're going to finish off our look with some setting spray. This is my little mini setting spray. Don't y'all laugh at me, okay? Don't y'all talk about me, but I got this from MAC, but I really like this setting spray. You can't really tell because, okay, yeah. I did have the original big bottle, but epic fail. Oh, I'm gonna use all this up. Okay, now I can talk about it since I done used it, but oh, look at that. I know y'all was over there talking about your girl. I know it. Go off thing. Okay. All right. Okay, y'all. So I'm going to list all the products that I use in this video in the description box below. This is almost the finished look. I want to show y'all something else. This is not anything that you guys have to do because I know I said 5 steps and y'all looking at me like, girl, if you say something else, I know I'm not. But I gotta show y'all my friend's lipstick, okay? Because let me tell y'all a funny story. Not funny for me, but funny to y'all. I've already recorded this video. This is my 2nd time recording this video, but I wasn't gonna let that stop me. Devil was not gonna win, okay? And this time it's even better. But I opened this product initially on Valentine's Day and I showed you guys everything. You know, if you guys are on my other channel, you saw the behind the scenes of me recording that video and all that good stuff, but neither here nor there. This is the new lipstick from the Candy Lady Cosmetics, y'all. And when I tell you, it was so pretty when I wore it for Valentine's Day. So gorge, okay? Can y'all see that? Let me try to put the right thing up. Gorge. Okay, and what we're gonna do first, we're gonna put on our lip liner. Chestnut from MAC. Put our lip liner on. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, and I do overline my lips because I have very small lips. Gorgeous, gorgeous. This red is pop, 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 pop. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, she's so cute. I feel like she just needs some more. Okay, but yeah, I just wanted to show y'all the lipstick because I think it's pretty. What y'all think? Let me know in the comments. I'm looking at myself in the little viewer because I just need to see what it looks like. And I think it's cute. What's up? What's up? What's up? So what I'm saying is do not be mad at me because y'all gonna see a different thumbnail along with this one and another one. And you know, I don't know how I'm gonna edit this video because I have like some footage and some not footage and some footage. I don't know. But listen, at the end of the day, you guys, make sure y'all are here for next week's video, which we're going to do blush and bronzer. And make sure y'all hit the subscribe button if y'all are new to my channel. And y'all make sure y'all leave me some comments and let your girl know if y'all enjoyed being here with me this week. And I will see y'all in week 6. All right. Bye-bye.